The following has been paid for by the US of A. Get out the brooms, get out the Wiener Schnitzel, and on a night like this, you learn the difference between a Wiener from a Wiener Schnitzel. Team USA dub INS wins over Germany 5-1 in the absolute, without a doubt, last game at the Olympic Arena there in Milan. Who's ever done, please turn out the lights on your way out. This is the Team USA recap, last days of the preliminaries, and this was going to be the biggest test for Team USA. Perhaps one of the more star-studded lineups they were going up against in this tournament. Now, obviously, there are teams out there that are much depth. That is the Category 4 super team known as Team Canada. But teams like Sweden, Finland, Germany, these have real, honest-to-goodness NHLers on them. And guys who can have chemistry together. So while I'm not saying Latvia was an easy team, it wasn't. I'm not saying Denmark was an easy team. It wasn't. It actually gave the adversity that the USA kind of needed with this tournament. And now with Germany, you're going up against a team that has Leon Drysdale, JJ Peterka, and Tim Stützle out there. So how is the US, as deep as they are, as talented as they are, how are they going to handle the Germans? Well, throughout the first period, it was actually kind of even between these two teams. And Connor Hellebuyck, the American Jet, was in for this one. So it's his tournament, I guess. It's Connor's tournament. Jake Oettinger, you're there in case crap happens, goalie. Sorry, buddy. And well, it was pretty much even. You were waiting for the U.S. just to have one thing, one bounce, one thing go their way. And that one moment where someone was going to step on up to the microphone. And it felt like Germany was the first team that told Team USA, Eichel's not going to beat us. The Kachucks aren't going to beat us. We want someone else on that team that's going to step on up and beat us. And it was getting near the end of the first, and I thought, okay, it'll be 0-0. Sully will go make adjustments. He's actually been good at that until Team USA gets a big goal from a big lad, big Zach Werenski with a bullet. Actually, wrong choice of words, with the absolute missile. Gets one past the goaltender with 3 seconds left in the period. Payment back for the Denmark game, and it's 1-0 US, and they take that lead into the intermission. And now that we're at the third game of this, you can tell that Olympic hockey games are very streamlined, very structured. Because I've been seeing on social media that people like how these games are done. They are a crisp 2.5 hours, no digital boards, no fluff in between periods. It is hockey, 15-minute intermission, hockey, 15-minute intermission, done and done. 2 media timeouts, that's it. And it makes for a solid product. It really does. But heading into the second, and again, you're just sort of waiting for Team USA to get things going. Are they going to score? Late power play for Team USA. They had to hold off Germany's power play, which was just stupidly ridiculous because you have JJ Peterka, Stützle, and Leon frickin' Drysdale out there on a power play, but Germany couldn't get anything done on their power play. USA gets one, and Austin Matthews does not miss, gets one past the goaltender, and it's 2-0 USA. Yes! Yes, world! This is, all right, Austin Matthews, maybe he's warming up. We want to get the Austin Matthews we want on this team. See how that goes. And then in the third, with just about a couple minutes left in the period, Brock Faber gets a pass from the Tkachuk. Which one? Yes. Just rims it around the boards, played back to him, and this came off a sequence where Team USA nearly had too many men on the ice, and Brady Tkachuk just went, oh crap, yeah, and just butt first on the rails like, I'm not on the ice. I'm not on the ice. Look, my skates are on the ice. I'm not on the ice. And he hops back on at the right time, rims the puck around the boards. Matthew gets it to Faber, flings it on the goalie, and oh my goodness, it went in. He tried to yank it out of the air, but it just nicked off the glove and over the line and in the net. And that's payback for the center ice goal from Denmark. The hockey gods made it right. And Brock was given the goal. Brock Faber got the goal. And while on the long shot, it looked like Jack Eichel was trying to get his stick up to get it, but I wasn't sure if he actually deflected it. The thing is, the ref was there. If that gets tipped, it's immediately waved off. If it does get tipped, that goalie's arguing. Nobody's arguing. And I'm seeing people in the stands going, stick, stick. And the ref skates over to Jack and goes, hey, did you touch that? And Jack goes, no, officer. That's Brock's goal. I didn't touch it. You sure? Yeah, just stick up there, boy. No, sir. No, sir. I completely missed. All right. Keep this thing below 60, and you have a good night. And that was it. They dropped the puck, and we kept at it. Sure. Okay. Into the third we go. Tage Thompson gets one to make it 4-2. Austin Matthews gets one more for good measure to make it 5-0. But Tim Stützle gets one to break up the shutout. And you could tell that, like, he's like, we scored. Hey. Woo. And he just skates over, leads it down the line, and has absolutely no F's to give. And we count it down. 3, 2, 1. Win. Team USA sweeps group play. They get 9 points, going 3-0. Now, the problem is with that is that we're one of two teams to go 0-3-0. Cool. Who's the other one? Team Canada. And to break tiebreakers to see who would be the number 1 and number 2 seed, it was goal differential. And Canada just beat Team France today by a score of 10-2. Yeah. So, Team USA is the second seed going into the quarterfinals. The good news is they get a bye into the quarterfinals. They don't play until Wednesday. The 4 teams are Canada, US, Finland, and Slovakia. That's the 4 that get the automatic bye. Your winners were Slovakia, Canada, and the US, and Finland was the best record that didn't win the division. So your elimination round, first one, whatever you want to call them, is Germany versus France, Switzerland versus Italy, woof, Chechnya versus Denmark, and Sweden versus Latvia. Now, out of all that, who do we play? Well, we get the winner of Sweden and Latvia. And that Sweden team is more than capable of winning that game. And if Team USA has to play them, oofta. Because you have Erik Karlsson and Richard Raquel and a few others I'm not mentioning on a loaded Sweden team that if they get hot, they could go on a run and medal. They probably could stare down Canada and somewhat blink. So that would be a big test for the U.S. If Latvia goes on, they'll be a tough out. Because they beat Latvia 5-1. But still, this is elimination. Anything can happen. So the number 1 and number 2 seed right now is Canada and the U.S. And there is a part of me that wants to see that happening. But If that does happen, that won't take place until a week from now at 8 a.m. on Sunday. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. The boys won't play again until once again 3 p.m., 3:10 p.m. on Wednesday. Opponent TBD. So what does that mean? Well, it means we rest, regroup, and then when Wednesday comes, we take the fight to the enemy. USA all the way. See you Wednesday.